might want to do one at a time first to get the hang of it. Once you get the idea of it, then you can do 6 all in one bag and right in the assembly line. All right, there you go. So there it is. It's about 1 inch in. Pull out the drill bit. And next we'll take a 1/8 bit Moon weight. We'll just start pushing it in there. And then you want to leave a little bit room so you can stick your glue there, and then you're going to push it in. Or you can push it all the way in until it stays in place and let it dry. So we'll get the gel control glue. Put it right there in the shaft of the weight. You can see that it's right there. Push the head in. It should look just like that. Glue in. Then cast it. Goes into the bottom of the water. It sits like that in the water column as you fish it. Just come down the top and grab it. All right, thank you. Now we're going to do a tank test. Here's the bait we rigged up. And it's got a 1/4 ounce. This is the hooks. One I'm particularly using is a size 2. This is a Finis Nico adjustable bar fluorocarbon keeper on there. This is right on the back side. Alright, so you want to keep it near the top as possible. Put it on the edge on one side. And you're going to pull it through like that. You're going to slide it up the hook. You want the hook to start facing the other side because it can be completely weedless.
Pull a little too hard through there.
Look on the other side. And you want to just put the bar right underneath the tip. And there you are. Completely weedless hook. Then I'm going to drop it in the tank. You cast it out. Then when you retrieve it towards you, it will always stay vertical. Thank you.
So that's it. So that's how you do that. As long as you keep your line taut, the bait will stay up, pretty much perpendicular to the ground, and that will just bounce it along. You can slowly do it, retrieve it back to the boat. You can give it a little pop and make it jump up. Now, I've caught bass, pike, and walleye off this technique, and several different bodies of water. Very good technique. You can use it spring, summer, and fall, all year long, all summer long. And it's a nice rig, easy setup. The bait lasts you long. You might want to use on a fast action rod or extra fast, so you get that extra popping motion. So here you already got it all set up, ready to go. That's it. So any questions on this?
Isn't that also called a Nico rig?
Probably. I found it was a tiny child rig.
Okay.
Right, it's just a simple elastic bait with the weight and the hook, making it completely weedless. That's how I found that on the internet.
Okay.
Any other questions? No? Okay. Move on to the next topic. So I can pre-make them for you guys if you were interested in them. 6 plastics for $10. Your choice of green pumpkin or yoga pants, black. So I can put the weights and insert them for you, glue them already, set for you go for next meeting. I can sell them to you. And if you want some hooks to go along with them, it'll be $15 for a box of hooks and a box of plastics, whatever weight you want. Be more than happy to rig them up for you. I'll bring them to the next meeting. $10 for one, $15. Keith bought a pack and stuff like that, $20 worth. So if you're all interested, look, Joe, I was up here. So, all right, any questions on the tiny rig? Okay. All right, move along to the next topic. The Alabama rig. How many have used the Alabama rig?
Got him. Haven't used.
And where do you use them at?
Arkansas.
Scott Schaefer and I used them on Big Green. Caught our 25 white bass in 1 hour. All on Alabama rig.
Is it legal?
How many hooks?
So basic setup that I have here. I got a rod with big eyes on them. Spreader or 5-arm five-arm spreader with the spinners on there imitates that there's a big bait ball. They sell them with and without the spinners. I like them with the spinners on them. And the baits on here, let's see which one you got on here. Zoom up on there. So, the 3 names: A-rig, Alabama rig, or the umbrella rig, I call them.
How many hooks are you allowed?
What's that?
How many hooks?
For Wisconsin, 3. Minnesota, 1. So you can use teasers on 4 and 1 on the bottoms for your hook. So, any other questions so far?
Alabama, you can have it unlimited.
Unlimited.
Alabama's unlimited. You can have as many hooks as you want on it in Alabama.
Alabama? Yeah, that's why they call it the Alabama rig. Okay, so far what I have rigged on here are the Easy Shiners. There's the top 2. There's weightless, there's screw-in, just screw in right onto the thing. They come with barrel swivels on there. I took those off. Less jewelry, the better. When you buy them, they're gonna have an extra, they're gonna have a snap on there. I took all that garbage off. Just a straight spring lock, twist down hook. Snaps in there and that's it. Sometimes I super glue them on, but usually I don't. They stay on. And then you want the tactical bassin jigs. So you want 2 different weights of the jigs. Either do 1/8 on the side, then your middle one gets a heavier weight, so that way it's always flowing with the hooks at the bottom, because the fish are coming up from the bottom that strike it. And then usually the bottom rig will have a bigger bait. So I have like a 4.5, 5-inch bait. These are 3/8 smaller, and smaller on the top are 3 or 4 inches on the top. So that's how I done it, my Alabama rig on Big Green Lake, catching white bass, 25 white bass in an hour, right on over the weeds. Put them on the sonar, you see where they're at on top of the weeds, cast them out, just reel it in and keep it in the water column about 10 feet down, and they come up there and whack it. And they're,
Did you catch more than one on each of those?
last year, you're using this.
Did you catch more than one at a time or just one fish at a time?
Scott reeled in 2 fish on one. Sometimes it's rare, you'll get them, but usually you get 1 hook. Usually they hit the bottom ones. Majority of the time they always hit the bottom ones. But you got 3 hooks on there, you didn't get 3. But Scott's got 2. I've seen it. And it's like, come on, bring those. We gotta win. So that's the Alabama rig. You can get pretty much anywhere. Tackle Warehouse and stuff like that sells them. I got all my stuff from there, and this is pretty sleeve to go over it so don't get tangled up in your rod locker. see, I got anything else for this thing? I'm using the K-Tex super glue. Yes. These get super glue too. So when I'm putting these baits on to jig, I super glue them, slide them all the way on, so that way they stay on better. Casting the thing all day long, they're gonna slowly come down, because there's no bait hooks on these. They're just, whatever you call those, lead bumps on there. So there's no bait hooks to keep them on there. So I glue everything on here. Sometimes I glue them on my spring locks. Most of the time I do not. So that's for my Alabama rig. Any questions on that? You can throw it almost any time of the year. Next, yes, Nick.
I've tried to find, does anybody know if those are legal in Illinois?
Illegal.
Use them?
You sure?
Just X how many hooks.
It's the number of hooks that counts.
Look on the website. I can ask my neighbor's a cop. I can ask him. You know, he's he just moved in. He's a 2-page forest preserve police officer. So I gotta make sure I don't bring any live walleye home. That are 15 inches or 12 inches. Any other questions? Okay.
I think in Illinois it has to be a commercial fishing water. I think it's gotta be a commercial fishing water for you to use. A lot of lakes in Illinois, they don't let you use. Yeah. And that's what it's,
Okay.
Like Lake Michigan.
I got usually I use like
Mississippi River.
40-pound test line, the main line, braid. My fluorocarbon, 50, 60 pound. Because Scott uses this kit's muskies, so you know, go sighting for muskies, you're all set up for all year round. So there's all the heavy gear on there. 4 to 6 feet leader line. That's why you get the big eyes, so that way it goes through easy. When you tie that uni knot, because you got a bigger than you're using your typical 10, 20 pound test line. You got a bigger knot going through the guide, so that's why you want to get a rod with a bigger guide. And this particular rod is, my glasses. Thank you, Joe. That's why you gotta keep your eyes up here.
Put your glasses on so you can find your glasses.
So this one here is a medium heavy, 7-foot rod, weight 15, 30 pounds. So you want to get an Alabama rig, that rod is what you want to use, something like this. Any questions? Okay. Move on to the next topic. Chatterbait setup. How many guys use chatterbaits? How do you like them?
Love them.
Catch a lot of bass with them? Catch pike? All right, I'll show you my little secret. So, there's several types of chatterbaits. All right? Z-Man got like 15 of them or something, 16. They got 16 different chatterbaits. To keep adding on to them, adding on. But their top 4 are right here. They got the original chatterbait that you can pick up for under $4, okay? And then they got their next one. They just created the Evo, more economical one. That's kind of up. It's got the skirts are wired on, so they stay on better. Because the Evo, I didn't bring the cheaper version. I don't have that one here with me. You can see that they're just like a pullover piece of plastic skirt. The other ones are wired on, so I got a sample here. This one here, and they go up in price. The South blade, it's like a glass blade, plastic, $15.99. And they got the color blade jackhammer, $15.99 to $17.99. It's the pound, ounce and a quarter, I think it is, heavier weight. So, I like the chatterbait because you can throw it a lot faster than throwing Cinco when you fish for bass. You cover more water. Throw and always constantly cover more water. Cincos, they take a lot of time, you know, you gotta work that. So
How do you
that's
work
why I
those?
use chatterbaits.
PJ,
And all my bass I've caught.
PJ, Yeah, how do you work the chatterbait?
I'll get to that. So for this particular setup, you always want a trailer. So the trailer that I picked is the Strike King KDV Perfect plastic blade minnow. And I used green pumpkin. That's what it looks like there. This is what I have here. It's on the rod. It's got bait hooks around the shank of the hook. So when you cast it, they won't come off. So, okay, and then it swims in there. I got a little short video. So that's for that. And I use the Bama rig. It's exclusively from Tackle Warehouse makes them. You cannot buy them nowhere else. $15.99 jackhammer. Majority, 99% of the fish I catch on there are over 14 inches bass. Usually I get big bass on these things. I get pike on there occasionally, yes. I get pike and stuff like that. I haven't caught any little bass with this jackhammer. That's my go-to bait when I'm fishing for bass when I go to these tournaments. So, so these are the exclusive colors from Tackle Warehouse. I am ordering the Spring Claw, and I want to try that on Lake Geneva with a crawfish or a big green. And I'm going to get the heavier, it only comes in a half ounce, but I'm looking for another one that's 1 ounce, get down deeper to smallmouth. Get the orange one, replicates a crawfish. So they all got colored blades, dark colors or silver. It all depends on which model they make. So if you want to get the jackhammer, if you want some big bass, you want to get the jackhammer. You want some little bass, you get the other one. It's my philosophy. All right, so here's the chatterbait in action. How you work it in the water column. See how that trailer's working it? Everything represents the big bluegill. So if you're going to use shallow lakes, you might want to get a 3/8 ounce. Use shallow lakes. You just want to keep it underwater a foot or two. That's all you got to do. 3/8 ounce for small lakes. If you want to get down deeper, you got a half ounce. That's it. Put your trailers on them. You can use that trailer. There's other trailers I suggest using if you're fishing. Okay, here's the other brands of chatterbaits. Other companies that sell chatterbaits. I have not used them, so I don't know how productive they're going to be. But Lake Delavan last year, President's Cup, is all I use. All my bass were keeper size. And so I'm not going to waste my time trying something else. But I know this works if I use it. So, other trailers. If you're fishing a place that's got a lot of wood cover, you want to use this particular one. You set it perpendicular because that way when it goes over the log, it doesn't snag. There's a bunch of YouTube videos out there of guys representing how they use that. When it goes over a log, the hook will stay up. This particular one, my setup will get snagged because I'm not fishing around logs. When you throw it up over it, there's my hook is laying down. You can see here's the hook. When you use these big beaver baits, put them perpendicular, and it'll always make the hook stay up when it's going over logs. That way you won't get snagged. So if you're fishing that kind of territory, think about that. You probably have some in your tackle box, so get some of those as your trailer. You always want trailers on your chatterbaits, always. Don't have them half naked with no trailers. Trailers represent bigger fish, bigger profile, bass like a bigger meal. Would you like a 96 ounce steak? You want a 12 ounce steak? Fish think the same way. Okay, other ones, Hawk Farmer baits. I've seen a video on those. I'm going to order some of these. I'm going to try that this year. Longer ones. This K-Tech Bat Impact. I use those a lot religiously with other baits. It's got paddle tails on them. This is my personal favorite, green pumpkin, 3.8 inches. So I use those a lot. I'll talk about more of them here in the meeting. I'm going to put those on this year. So any questions on chatterbait so far? Nothing. Okay. All right. Now, my other go-to bait for big bass is a swim bait trailer setup. So I catch just a lot. This is my summertime rig I use for summertime. And with this thing here is Strike King KVD swim jig. You can get these at Bass Pro. And they come with a bait hook in them. Right there, little bait hook. It's in between the rattlers. I don't think I'd bring you today. No. So they got two rattles on both sides. They got a bait hook in there. And I put the K-Tex right up in there. So, green pumpkin, bluegill. They got two different colors. Those are two colors I use. And I do all different weights, quarter, 3/8, or ½ ounce, depending on how far down in the water column I want to go. My summer place, I got shallow ponds, I use a 1/4 ounce. But I don't want to be cleaning my bait off all them algae and junk off the bottom of it. But I go bigger lakes, Delavan, Big Green, Geneva, I'll throw out a 3/8 ounce or a ½ ounce when I'm fishing out in the open water. So, Bass Pro do not carry the K-Tex very well. They're very limited on them. I go tackle warehouse, get my K-Tex, and I get my swim jigs from Bass Pro, they got them. So if I'm over there, I'll pick up a couple. Any questions so far? So here's the K-Tex Fat Swim Impact. They got two different kinds. They just got the regular swim impact and the fat one. Fat one's got a wider body. See there? Big profile body, ribs, paddle tail. So those are the ones I use, black and green pumpkin. Questions? That's all I use, black, green pumpkin. Okay, so here's what dressed up. This is the bluegill looking one. I got this one off the internet. So there's video of how it goes in the water column. These are almost weedless. 80% of the time they're weedless. Especially one from Bass Pro Shops, get that hook guard on it. There you go. Oh, yeah. That's how it's swimming in there. And you can do it any way you want in the water column. You keep it near the top, you keep it near the bottom. Taking fat. Represents bluegill, sunfish, pumpkin seed. So that's how it looks. So I'll go through the weeds. I've got the weedless one on the top. That's that. Any questions on that? I cast that all from May all the way up until September. Small ponds, big lakes, anything in and around docks. You want to put like a 20-pound fluorocarbon on your line as well. Because a lot of times, all the hook sets. You got any questions on that so far? Nobody got questions? Right.
I like braid.
What's up?
I like braid.
Is that?
I like braid.
And you what? Pray?
Braid.
All
Do
right.
I have to use leader?
Yes. Straight. Because the braid will cut around docks and that. Any piece of little metal, you'll cut that off right away. So fluorocarbon is your key. So fluorocarbon, braid, fluorocarbon, then your jig. Got it? Always use fluorocarbon leaders. I know a couple guys don't use that stuff, but then they get cut. Lost $7 lure in Fox River de Pure 2 days ago. Sorry, Dave. All right, my spring, summer, and fall. Same setup, K-Tex on a hook, weighted or not. So work them slow in the fall, spring semi-slow depending on the lake you're at. Summertime you work them fast. I catch bass, walleye, and pike off these things. So it's my go-to bait too. Use these well. It's the Superline Spring Lock size 3/8 for the 3.8 hook, 3.8 K-Tex. I'll use the weighted ones, keep me down in the water column in the summertime. Just bottom of the water ponds, the bottom closer to the lake. We want the weighted ones. We want them near the top, no weight. Especially the fall, just slowly keep your rod tip up, reel it in slow. You just see the water ripple on the top, and the bass come up there and get it for his fall. Late as October, November. small ponds. So Bass Pro carries those hooks. Give them at Tackle Warehouse, every place else. Anybody got any questions on this? Green pumpkin, black, favorite go-to colors to use in this setup. All right, what's this? Next topic. What is this? Anybody know what this is? Drop shot. I found another technique that I'm going to try out this summer. It's a free drop rig. I don't know if you guys heard about it on the internet or not, but I heard it. No weight, no knot on your hook. Virtually no knot on your hook. And I have a video and setting that up. Yeah, I got a video. You watch the video. So what you need is your fluorocarbon leader. I use 6-pound test for my drop shot all summer long. 6 pounds, all I need. I use bobber stoppers. You're gonna need a bobber stopper, a hook, and a weight. Okay? So, there's the...
Hello, Fox Family Anglers. Now we're going to just talk about the free drop rig. It's a drop shot with no knot, okay? So, a lot of times you have these bobber stoppers that are in your tackle storage for slip bobbers. So now we're going to take these and use them for this drop shot setup. So, you got your leader, your pole, okay? You take the first bobber stopper. Got that on there. Go. There you go, right there. You can see it on there. I'll slide up a little bit. Okay, now your hook. Every time you tie it, palmer knot, clinch knot, whatever it is, it's a 50-50 chance. It could be upside down or right side up. And if it's upside down, you got to put the line through it to get it up. You got a big old mess right there. Well, this time, you're going to put the line through the hook with the hook facing up, the circle side up, okay? So we're going to stick that in there. And there's your bobber stopper. And there's your hook, okay? Hook is facing up. No knot, okay? Still spinning freely on there, okay? Now we're going to take another bobber stopper. I'm going to stick it on there. Slide that, there you go. There's the next one. Slide that all the way up to the hook. Alright, now you got that. Okay, bobber stopper, hook, bobber stopper. Now you'll take your weight. You're going to tie it on there. Well, see, you're going to cut the first few inches off of your line by bending over on that wire so it's all messed up, okay? Put that off there, you get a nice clean wire, clean line. Now you're going to put your weight on there. You tie a knot, whatever you want, palmer knot, or just your standard hook knot. Okay. Okay, so I got myself a tungsten weight. And then comes down. There's the first set of hook. Alright, now set my plastic. So, there's the plastic on there. Now it has a free range of motion up and down, so it's swimming like a fish, and it's spinning around in circles, 360 degrees around the line. So if the boat is moving, current moving, this will always go whatever way it's going, and it's spinning. Now, over bush piles and all that, you set it up 3-4 feet. Then you go off to a point. There's no bush piles, no weeds, and nothing. It's just rocks, small rocks. Well, there's walleye down there. Now you just slide it down, and you got your weight 6 inches from the bait. So your bait's 6 inches off the bottom. Okay? I'm fishing around, catching all the walleyes over there. You max out your walleyes. Now you want to get some more bass. So now you get 2 feet. Stretch it out. This also works for panfish. Put your Aberdeen hooks on there and all that, and you can adjust everything for bass, panfish. If you got 2 bluegills set up or whatever you want to do. So that's the free drop rig. Okay? Make sure you put it's like a 1/16 of an inch gap between the bobber stoppers and the hook. Okay? So that it will swim freely and spin freely around 360 degrees around the line. This should be able to catch more fish. Okay? That's the free drop. 2 bobber stoppers and that. Bobber stopper, hook facing up, bobber stopper, and tie your weight at the bottom. Also, when you buy these bobber stoppers, check it out. I like fishing with 6-pound fluoro test line for my drop shot. And there's 4 to 6 pound. Black stuff here is for thicker line, 10 pounds, something like that. So check it out. Give it a shot this summer. It's a big bass.
Big bass. Any questions on that? Oh, new tech, yeah, Jerry.
When you set the line, when you set the hook, won't that bobber stopper slide down to the weight?
Yeah. So, you got a knot on the weight.
Okay,
They ain't go nowhere.
hopefully,
So, just move it right back up.
okay.
Will make it easier for the fish to
Pardon?
make it easier for the fish to dislodge the hook with that weight down there. You know, with the weight down low, make it easier for the fish to throw the hook.
No.
No, we haven't found that.
No, you got it hooked in good. A lot of times that should stay up there. I'll find out this summer, but I'll let you know how that works. But I'm gonna use it because that way I can set my depth, you know, because a lot of times my walleye had to readjust the weight. Then I got this long line sticking out that past my weight on the drop shot, and then it gets wrapped up around there. So this way I can adjust it. The walleyes are down low, kissing the bottom. Keep your bait down low, bass are higher, your panfish are even higher. Then you do your 2 setup rig. I learned that from Ken. The panfish at the top, 2 feet higher than the bass at the bottom.
So what you're asking is like, when you set the hook, okay, it's gonna slide down, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it'll slide down. It may halfway down. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But you got, as long as you tie your weight on there, it's not getting off. Should not get off. We'll find out.
I did that a couple years ago.
And the hook I use circle.
Because every little usually you have to readjust it almost every time.
Yeah.
So I stopped doing it.
Right. So it's okay. If you have to readjust it, slide back up. And the hooks that I use are circle hooks. That way you don't set the hook, you just swing, do a sweep, and reel it at the same time. And that keeps it from swallowing.
Only thing about that rig that he's got is a good idea, but the problem is when you set the hook, that bobber stopper at the bottom
Slides.
will slide, and you won't get the hook penetration that you normally get if that hook was tied on.
Okay.
The hook is moving with the fish, you know.
Right.
You bite it, you look at the hook, and when instead of the hook being penetrating his mouth, it'll start sliding down the line. So you gotta really, when you use that rig, you gotta really have a hook set. That's not for a person with a faint hook set.
All right. I'll find out this summer with the circle hook I'll be using, then I'll report back to the club, all right? Promise you guys. I'll do that. Any other questions? Myrna?
What if you put a bead, wrap a bead around, not loosely, but I've looped a bead into my line to keep the bead from moving around?
You can probably do that.
Put a bead somewhere in between.
Hey, if you can tie it, do a simple knot to keep it from sliding down, you can probably do that. Yeah, you can try that.
PJ?
I'm gonna try this setup, so, any other questions?
There is a hook that's made now by BMC. They make it a hook that has 2 swivels on it.
Yeah,
And
they
it
do.
automatically has the hook out, it has the 2 beads on it, so you can tie the line to the top, tie the line to the bottom, and that hook stays just like you were talking about, but it won't slide up and down.
Yeah, that's all that, yeah, it's got a eye hole, and it's got a wedge on the bottom,
That's
yeah,
what I use, when I go to Lake Sinclair, I use them.
yeah. Okay. Any other questions? All right, so. Okay, so maybe we all seen this on the internet. Go out there while we can't go fishing, stuck at work in the office, water's nice. Then you get out there, it's rougher than dog shit. So, but actually, you want to go out when it's windy. Not too bad, not when it's bad, but you want some nice wind. You can see the background photos here, there's always winds, and there's always big fish. So the more wind you get, the bigger your fish are gonna be, and the more fish you're gonna catch. So you always want the wind. So, what I do to find my wind is I bought this app. You can get it for free, and you can upgrade to the Pro. I upgraded to the Pro for like $3 a few years back. Now it's $12.99, inflation. But what it does, it gives you, I don't have a picture of it. Yeah, I do got a picture of it, how it works. So, all right, we're at Tap House. This was recorded a couple weeks ago. So you can see which way the wind's flowing. Tap on the map, gives you your miles per hour. And it gives you your gust. So basically you get the idea which way the wind's coming when you go fishing. Now, when you go on a lake, you can forecast what days you want. It's pretty accurate, it's pretty spot on, because a lot of sailors use this stuff. My dad uses it when he uses his 32-foot sailboat to the Bahamas. So, go to Lake Geneva. As you go forward, you see the wind changing. That storm goes through, some front comes, click on there, get your miles per hour, you know where you're looking at, you know where you want to launch. So if the wind's blowing this way, you don't want to launch Fontana. You want to launch Williams Bay, or you want to launch on this side of the lake. This way you know, don't get there and get shell shocked. So that's how that works. So you get the free one, gives you basic stuff here, and the Pro, more detailed weather and stuff like that. I don't have this. I didn't spend the $12.99 one now. There you go, Lake Geneva, Lake Delavan. So same thing. Just move their dates wherever you want. Don't forecast out about a week. You always check back a few days before because the weather will change.
What's it called again? What's it called? What is it called?
Wind Profinder. Windfinder Pro. Yeah. Windfinder Pro. Good app. All right, so it's done. Okay. That's Windfinder Pro, so it's free, $12.99 to get the features. I do not know what the features are. So next app I got into about 2 years ago. This one here is the iBoat Marine. Some guy created this and it had all the contours of the lakes so I could do my homework while I'm at home a few days before the tournament. So you can buy the map for $21.99 or you can get them for free, limited, you got to download them. But I bought the maps for $21.99. So in order what that looks like, pretty much gives you all the contours of the lakes. I don't know when somebody put this in, you know, came with the apps. I don't, they're not fishing spots. So pretty much you can see how you zoom in, zoom out. You know, you can go out to other places, you know, go up to Big Green. So it's pretty much basic all the points and stuff like that. Give you a general idea of the lake, do your homework, find out where all the inward points, outward points are. Gives you so you know where to fit, know some place to go fishing at rather than not knowing any place about the lake at all, period. And I use this a little bit for going up to De Pere, checking it out. So it's different. So just keep in mindset how that looks. I guess the next thing I'm going to talk about is something else. All right, they do got some Canada on there. It's not as good, but it gives you a general idea. I think this is Laxo, right, Ken?
Yes.
Right. So hey, there's some. So how good is that, Ken? Is that pretty good for Laxo?
Yeah.
Right. I've only been on it once with Dale, a different part of it, but that looks pretty good for Laxo. It gives you an idea of, you know, stuff you want to do, underwater structures and stuff like that. So that's something you might want to look into. But before you get that, we'll talk about the next thing. So hurry up this video. All right. Okay. So what it is $21.99 for U.S. and Canada. The one I purchased.
A year?
I bought the Canada one, $25.99. Yeah.
Is it-
So I got some Canada on there. So,
TJ,
but it only got locked sold. Yeah.
is that you buy it and you got it, or you pay that every year?
You buy it and you own it. Not a subscription. So if you go to Canada a lot, you might want to spend the extra $4 get the Canada one. But there's not a lot of Canada ones. Just ask somebody, look at it first. Yeah.
What about the wind one? What about the wind? Is that a monthly, yearly subscription, or
I-
$12.99?
For this?
For the wind,
Oh, when? No, it's year.
that's per year?
Yeah, per year. For $12.99 a year. I think it's $12.99 for you own the app. You just get more features. You open more weather and stuff like that. I do not know. I just used it for the wind. So, any questions on this particular app? All right. So this one I like the best. Humminbird came out with this one network, one boat network for Humminbird. You get a 1-year subscription for $24.99, or if you buy the VX map chip, you get 1-year subscription for free. And I bought the Minnesota chip when we went up to last year to Minnesota. So when we got that, this is what it looked like. That's more detailed. This is Humminbird Lake Master Maps. So if you have a Humminbird product, you get a VX chip, you'll get subscription for 1 year. And you get all the very good details of all the lakes that were scanned. Like LaSalle Lake, not scanned, won't be on there. But majority of the lakes that are scanned, some are premium, and you get every foot contour lines. And you can do your homework before tournaments, stuff like that, or going on vacation to a lake you don't know, like De Pere. Here we go. I didn't know much about it. I don't want to sit outside my boat when it's 20 degrees out, I'll be flipping through it. I don't have a garage. Ken does. So here my computer or my iPad, iPhone. I'm looking at the lake, looking at the river. I'm finding out where am I going to fish. So this is what I did. So I'm glad that I have the Humminbird products and I have this. So if you have Humminbird, something you might want to look into, just buy one chip, you get 1 year subscription. All right, and let's see if you got from Canada. Well, I'll download. My kids are playing Roblox every night on their computer, sucking up the bandwidth. If you got a chip on Laxo, I did buy a chip to get some, it wasn't very detailed. Nothing for Canada there. Lake of the Woods, yes. Where's it at? Yeah, it's starting to come in. There you go. So I get some of it for Canada, Lake of the Woods. You ever go up there? A lot of detailed information there. I used to camp up there for 4 years. It's taking a while to load up. There you go. So some Canada maps, zooms in. So if you have got Humminbird products, it's one thing you might want to look into. Contours. Find all the underwater islands and stuff like that. Right there. You wouldn't know that's there. You found it out sitting on your couch. Nice, good looking spot right there. 3 humps. So, something you want, good thing to practice, do homework, research, find places to fish. Check them out. Any questions on that so far? So, the cost, they're not cheap. $150 for the regular, $200 for the premium. The premium, you can color code your depths. The regular one, there's none. It's just like the one I just showed you saw in there. But you can turn the color codes off as well. I bought one chip this, I think the other chip was this.
Hey, DJ, don't they have like a Lake Master that covers pretty much the same price, $200, covers pretty much the United States or North America?
Pardon?
No,
They don't?
it's area.
What about Lowrance?
What's that again?
No,
No?
No, Lawrence, no, this is
it's
Humminbird.
regional, like
Humminbird.
Midwest.
They don't have a great
Yeah.
relationship?
This, well, I bought, this is just for Wisconsin. I bought
Well,
one.
this thing called, but it covers like every lake in the United States.
No, they can't put it all on a chip. No, yeah. Minnesota's got its own chip, Wisconsin got its own chip. Midwest got Illinois, Iowa, Nebraska, Missouri, Kansas, so it all depends on the regions. So, get Humminbird, get some nice chips, nice maps. Oh, Keith's got a nice Humminbird on his boat. So. Any questions on mapping? No. All right, President's Cup. Time. We should take a recess. All right, take a recess. 8 o'clock. We've got quite a bit more to cover. All right, take recess.
So, how much money are we? How much money are we?
Wow, great. Sitting fun, Joe. Got snow, building a snowman and a boat. All right, thanks, Mark.
Come here again. Officio Cano side.
Oh, I'm gonna try going out right into Green Bay.
Let me know, I fish. Natural, Cano, Rico, I fished that surgeon band, I fished that thing like many, 20 times.
I never fished it my first time.
Yeah. So, yes, this time of year, river's hot, and then it goes cold, and then they move out, the water. You saw the pictures of the fish, right? I don't know.
It's a small river, for sure.
You saw the pictures, I sent you?
Yeah.
The guy was holding the gas.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I was looking at there.
None of it was there, it was all out of the So, yeah.
I was using that Mumbo Network, looking at the map, and like, yeah, hey, come back. That day, wind was blowing. I'm at Wishbone boat. We're going to camp all week. First. Why don't you go in the Wishbone? Hey, Jerry. Steve! Hey!
Friday.